Went down. Tell me about it.
So the first day, actually, Scott Cochran gave me my invite to the Senior Bowl, and it was awesome. It was kind of like a good moment that we shared. He had reassured me that he thought it was good probability that I would probably get a Senior Bowl invite, but the day that it happened, he gave it to me. I walked into the weight room, and he was in there with his son working out, and he actually hasn't filmed, and it's a video that I'll keep forever and kind of remember. So I've kind of like that moment was awesome, and it was kind of like the first step into this next journey and turning the page from Georgia football to the next level, wherever that may be. So it was a blessing to get to come here and play in the Senior Bowl for sure.
What an opportunity.
Yes,
I mean, only one of the long snappers here.
Oh, yeah.
In this thing, long snappers don't get a lot of love, but you're already out there putting yourself out there in front of these scouts.
Yes, sir, for sure.
I mean, just how big is that for you personally to be able to have that chance to do
Yes, sir. So I think this is one of the few platforms that long snappers get to kind of present themselves and hopefully present themselves in a good way. And I feel like I've done that well these past 2 days. Getting ourselves as long snappers in front of as many scouts as possible is a tremendous it's an effort, first of all, and then it's just a great chance to try and elevate your chances of making it in the next league and creating those connections where if you don't make it your first time, then maybe a scout or a coach remembers you the next year, and whenever somebody goes down and you're a free agent, and you can plug and play and remember what you've learned from the coaches that you've gotten to know and the scouts that you've gotten to know here at the Reese's Senior Bowl. So any chance you get to practice in front of scouts, just like at Georgia, we had a lot of scouts out there every day, a lot of special teams coaches, and I got to learn from having to perform in front of them at Georgia. It was a great platform there, and it's just a blessing to be here and have that chance to try and elevate my standard and what scouts and coaches expect from me.
Talk about how one gets to becoming a long snapper, because I would assume that when you first picked up a football, you probably didn't say my goal is to be a long snapper.
Yes, sir. So I always thought that I could maybe play another position, maybe defense, offense, but something, like tight end. I was trying to be reasonable, like with what I could play, and maybe linebacker, something like that. But and then I found my standard, and I wanted to be a D1 athlete and play in the SEC, and so I tried to match my athleticism with something that I could play, and I found long snapping because my dad was actually a long snapper.
That's right, I remember him.
He snapped at Auburn, and so I started really picking it up, practicing a lot, trusting in what he said, and trying to trust where God led me after that, and led me to Georgia, where I walked on, and it was a great opportunity there. I trained with other coaches like Cole's kicking, Casey Casper, who's the Cole's kicking coach, snapping coach, and he really helped me hone in my technique along with my dad's guidance, and ultimately deciding to go to Georgia was probably the best decision I ever made.
How has your velocity on your snaps improved over the year?
It's gotten a lot more powerful, I would say, and in that now I can kind of follow through a lot less, and the ball can still explode off my hands a little bit more, and that's good when it comes to blocking in protection in the NFL, and having to have a man where I would block, and instead of just free releasing, the NFL asks you to block a pass rusher or a rushing player that's on that punt return team. So it's exciting to try and improve and just keep getting better here at the Reese's Senior Bowl, and just a blessing to be here.
Give me an example of how many times you and Brett would practice, would go out there during the summertime, whatnot. I mean, just repping and repping and repping.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Brett, and when Jake it was the same thing. We would always try to get together in the summer and work together through things and try and create chemistry that a long snapper and punter should have, so that the season seemed easy. We wanted to get as many reps as possible, so no matter what situation. And I would do it after a team run, maybe by myself if I had to try and put myself in a situation where I was tired and I was fatigued. So if I got in a game where I was maybe nervous or the moment was hot, then I could do it with ease, and it'd be second nature and just muscle memory. So those efforts were great with me and Brett and Jake as well.
Sweet.